Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Franklin Community-Based Outpatient Clinic, established by the Department of Veterans Affairs just this year. In fact, we're going to open this clinic on the 20th this month, and that's Wednesday of this week. Are there any Army veterans out there in the audience? Notice we have a number of Marines and a couple of Navy folks, and even maybe the Air Force or Coast Guard. But as General Bill Ingram knows, we Army types are always ready to lead. So I'd like to have the Army folks take the lead on my count of three. You might have to help the Marines. 1, 2, and then we're going to give out a big hoo-ah. You ready? 1, 2, 3. Hoo-ah! I feel better now. Thanks very much. How about a great hand for the Franklin High School Marching Panthers Band? Did they march all the way over here or get a bus ride? I don't know. Right on the banks of the Colasaja River and the confluence with the Little Tennessee. Just up the road from Clifftop Vista. I'm Dave Raney, the Communications Officer for the VA Mid-Atlantic Healthcare Network. That's VISN 6. That's VA speak, acronymese for the Veterans Integrated Service Network. There are 21 of those throughout the nation, and I'm delighted to say that on behalf of all of us who work in that arena, we've been ranked right at the top, right at the very top over the past 2 quarters on some very tough performance measures. So you'll be getting top quality clinical care here at this clinic. We have a number of people to say thanks to for their hard work in establishing this clinic and making today possible. I'm going to try my command voice while we work on this a little bit.
Dr. Raney, I can't hear you in the back of your talk. Can't hear
Okay, some of you know Congressman retired Bob Carpenter. If you're related to Bob Carpenter, raise your hand. Bob Carpenter's been a terrific advocate for veterans here in this community for many, many years, and a wonderful friend to all of us in VA as we had the run-up to this clinic. And he gave me a list. I think there are only 92 names here, but let me introduce you to a number of our distinguished visitors. First of all, on my left, Senator Richard Burr. Senator Burr is the ranking minority member of the Senate Committee on Veterans Affairs. We're just delighted that he's here today. Seated on his left is Mr. Graham Fields from the office of Senator Elizabeth Dole. Seated to his left is Representative Heath Shuler from Representative Shuler was with us when we dedicated the clinic in the VA Medical Center in Asheville and renamed it in honor of Charles George. We'll tell you more about that later. And I'm going to ask the representative to introduce the gentleman on his left. Good to have you with us, sir. That's the town manager. If you haven't paid your taxes, get with that gentleman. And on his left is the mayor of Franklin, Joe Collins. We're proud to say that, unlike Senator Burr, Joe Collins is a graduate of UNC Chapel Hill. And to his left is Dr. Susan Pendergrass, the director of the Charles George VA Medical Center in Asheville. And to her left is Brigadier General retired Furman Bodenheimer, for whom we owe a great deal of thanks for the donation of this building. Seated next to General Bodenheimer is a real hero, a gentleman you'll learn more about in a few minutes. But I'm proud to say that we have had the honor of knowing Mr. Wayne Carringer, a veteran of the fall of Corregidor and the Bataan Death March. Please give Wayne a round of applause. And to his left is Senator Bob Carpenter. And we'd like to thank Bob and his wife Helen. A few other folks we want to mention. First of all, Chief Michelle Hicks of the Eastern Band of the Cherokee. Chief Hicks. Mr. Charlie Smith, the Director of the Division of Veterans Affairs from North Carolina from the Governor's Office. And I mentioned Major General Bill Ingram. We're delighted to have the Adjutant General of the North Carolina National Guard with us today. Bill. All right, let's go over a few other names here. Representing former representative, a gentleman that many of you know, Charles Taylor or Betty Taylor, and Martha Patterson. Let's give them a round of applause. We want to say thanks to those members of the Veterans Service Organization who mean so much to us, who are really the linkage to VA in terms of our passing on information to our veterans. From the American Legion, we have Commander Bob Slicer. From the VFW, Commander Howard Johnson. We have a very special person in the person of Art DeWitt. Let me tell you a little bit about Art. I was talking to my 5-year-old granddaughter about the meaning of acronyms, and she was talking to me, and we said one of those acronyms that you have to learn today is BRAVOS. And that stands for Blue Ridge Advocates for Veterans Outpatient Care. And Art and his team stood in front of places like Walmart and gathered some 1,600 signatures on a petition to get Senator Byrd, Representative Shuler, and others to recognize the need for clinic care. Let's give Art a big hand. From our friends in the media, we count on them to help keep our public informed. Barbara McCrae with the Franklin Press. Barbara. Thank you. Barbara took time recently to help us get a picture of this clinic here. From the Macon County News, Lindsay Wisdom. Hey, thank you for joining. From the Legion and VFW Honor Guard, Ken Carpenter. The Commandant of the Marine Corps League, Gregory Hunt. The Franklin High School principal, who meant so much to us, getting the band and arranging for us to have parking space and so forth, Gary Shields. We have a number of members of the state congressional committee. Mike Chapman. From the North Carolina Senate, Senator John Snow. From the North Carolina House, Roger West. From the North Carolina House, Phil Hare. The American Legion District Officer is Larry White. And now representing the Sons of the American Revolution is Ed Privet. We also are pleased to have with us today Lupe Whistle from the Senate Committee on Veterans Affairs. The minority staff is well represented today. Thank you so much for being here, everyone.